So the next kit I'd like to talk to you about is one that I was so privileged to be able to do. As a designer, there's certain kits that you really want to design. Knowing that I've done Brazil, I've done Barcelona, Arsenal, I've done some of the best teams on the planet, but being able to do your national team is something that words can't describe. But on top of that, I also got to work with Peter Saville, who graphically is one of my absolute heroes. So to be able to do that was just unbelievable. So as you're going through this in your life, you're going to have so much fun getting into this industry and working through it. So let's get back to what I was talking about. To 2010, 2011, that was when I was working with Umbro, and we got the chance to do the England kit. Now at that time, we were working with not only Peter Saville, but another guy called Stuart Scott Curran. These were two absolute legends in my eyes, and they came up with a really interesting concept that was taking the St. George's flag and trying to make it a flag for everybody. Everybody knows the St. George's flag has got quite a bit of a stigma to it, certainly off English shores, if you like. So it was all about thinking about the fan this time. We'd all been talking about the athletes and what they need, and that never goes out of mind. You're always designing with the athlete in mind. But you'd be foolish not to think about what the kid wants to wear on the terraces and what you want them to look like as they walk out, wearing their uniforms and their presentation suits, as we used to call them. And the idea with this was to make a real statement around the St. George's flag. So Peter and Stuart had this idea of taking the flag and doing it in multicolours. And it created what I believe is one of the most iconic looks that ever came out of an England kit. Then we did the actual kit itself. There was a home uniform, but I'd like to focus on the away uniform in this particular case, because what was nice about this was purely about the fan. The brief was all about making something that was performance driven, but you could wear it with a pair of jeans. And being able to do that from someone that's been working with Nike and thinking performance, performance, performance all the time is great. But sometimes it's nice just to think about fans and culture and the subcultures that go with football. So in this particular case, we'd actually gone back to a really traditional type of fabric. Well, at least it looks traditional from the first look and feel and the hand feel, but in actual fact, it's a full-on performance fabrication. So this is no different from any of the other fabrics with regards to performance, but it looks like it could be worn with a pair of jeans. So it's really important as you're going through your design process that you think about all the different aspects. Think about the fans, think about the culture, think about that end in mind. So whether that end in mind is playing the sport in a really humid place or a really cold place, they're going to need different design solutions. If you're thinking about the fans, the fan culture is totally different. If you go to different parts of the world, you take the fans in Brazil or you take the fans in England, completely different. So your research is really important as you go through this. So when we were working on the Umbro product, it was really important that we understood the magnitude of what it was that we were doing. The St. George's flag, love it or hate it, personally I absolutely love it, but the marketing team had to think of a new spin for this. So the whole idea that the St. George's flag was everybody's flag who celebrated England, it really gave them an opportunity to have a great narrative. And this is something else that you've really got to consider. So once you've come up with your designs, how are the marketing teams going to take your creative ideas and run with it and make it into a great story that customers really buy into? And I believe that when we did the England kit, it was really contemporary. It positioned Umbro as that kind of sports lifestyle type of brand within football, and it really helped them progress themselves.